Hey everybody, it is Wednesday. In case you forgot what day it is Wednesday today. And we are doing a mat Pilates class. So if you've never done mat Pilates, I encourage you to try your best. And I give lots of different cues that may seem a little different than other classes. We'll start standing up. I'm going to try keeping the phone on the floor. It might be a little weird angle as I'm standing, but then when we'll get down to the floor, everything should be good. Okay, so it looks like we got some peeps tuning in. So what we're gonna do, also I have some Jack Johnson Pandora radio in the back. I love Jack Johnson, so we're gonna imagine that we're beachside doing this. And I'm not in my basement, but I am beachside. So where are you gonna pretend you are? Okay, so let's go ahead and stand up, pull that tummy in, and let's just roll those shoulders. Ooh, and if you're feeling any tension in those shoulders and necks, a lot of us carry our stress there. I am really feeling it today there. Plus, we've been doing a bunch of workouts that include push-ups and tricep push-ups, so that's maybe the reason too. I like to close my eyes. You don't have to. Good, now take these shoulders and lift them up. And exhale down. So inhale and exhale. So during our class today, you're going to try to inhale through the nose and exhale out of the mouth. Inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to open your mouth like you're cleaning off your sunglasses. So it's an inhale. Exhale, push it out, flatten across the abdominals. One more time, elongate that breath. And exhale. Now we're gonna keep the breath, but keep our shoulders down. So we're inhaling and exhaling. Good. Thinking about opening the rib cage wide. Inhale, open the rib cage wide. Exhale and pull it nice and tight. Flatten across. Inhale. And exhale. This time we raise the arms up, inhale. And exhale. Now pay attention, as you're inhaling and exhaling, make sure these shoulders don't reach up. So if you notice how my shoulders are up by my ears, that's the wrong way. I don't want to do it that way. I want to keep my shoulders down and create space between my ears and my shoulders. Good, nice deep breath. So you want maybe the person in the other room to hear you breathing this whole class. The more you get that really strong inhale, that really strong exhale, you're really engaging those core muscles as you do that. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Good. So from here, what I want you to think about, we have those shoulders down. I want you to think about the rib cage and the hips. So if I turn to the side, I want to make sure my ribs and hips are not, my hips aren't peeking out, my ribs aren't pushed back, or it could be the opposite. I might be tucked in and pressed in too much here. I want to find my neutral spine. So I want my ribs, and I like to say locked and loaded, my ribs and my hips to be locked and loaded. So as I breathe, I don't want to inhale and open up my ribs and arch my back. I want to inhale, and again, I said it before, you want to open and expand the lungs and exhale. So as you're doing this, the shoulders are down, rib cage and hips are locked and loaded. You're getting a nice strong inhale, and then exhale out of the mouth. Good, inhale, and exhale. Good, feel that neck nice and long. So in Pilates, we want to really think about lengthening the body. Nice and long through that spine. Good. Now, if you've never done a roll down from standing, I want you to watch this first one. I'm going to turn to the side. Okay, so I'm here. I'm going to start to round down. Top of the head goes forward, and I'm hollowing out. I like to say an upside down letter U. So it's not a stretch of my hamstrings. It's a stretch of my spine. Okay, so if I was trying to stretch my hamstrings, I would have my chest reaching and folding. Okay, so I'm not folding here. I'm rounding through that back and I'm hollowed. And then I'm going to start with that tailbone and I'm going to start stacking it up one vertebrae at a time until I'm all the way standing. So we're going to go ahead and do a few of those together. Inhaling and exhaling, really driving that belly button through the backbone, and then begin to inhale on the way up and exhale. I like to go nice and slow. If you prefer to go a little faster, you can. Just make sure you're not using momentum to do this. You're nice and controlled. Use that strong exhale. Good, and then round back up. Inhale and exhale. We're gonna do one more, and you're gonna stay low. Inhale and exhale. Now, only come halfway up. So inhale, round halfway up, and exhale down. Inhale halfway up, and exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale all the way up, and exhale. Great big inhale, raise up. Arms down through the heart, don't arch that back. Neutral spine, inhale, raise up. Exhale, bring it down. Good, reach out, few squats here. Inhale and exhale, in and ex. Good, as I do this, I stay locked and loaded in my rib cage and hips, so I'm not arching and pushing my butt back. Nice and long, and I reach. My weight is evenly distributed between both feet. Hold it here. Again, drive that belly button in, check. Ribs and hips locked and loaded, shoulders down. Reach these arms back, and now press them together. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale, freeze. Sweep these arms up, raise up onto tippy toes. Inhale and exhale. Feet are parallel right now. Inhale and exhale. In and ex. In, and ex. See if you can find that balance, depending on what you're balancing on. Rug makes it a little bit harder. Bring it down. Good. Before we take it to the floor, we're gonna take our legs and we're trying to squeeze them up. So you're trying to reduce any space that might be showing through. And again, to do that, you don't want to arch your back and push out anywhere. You want to keep neutral spine up here. Belly button in. From here, inhale, raise up. Exhale down. Now this time, see if you can keep your heels together and press up. Woo. And down. And up. So remember, it's okay to struggle. It's okay to fail when you try something here in Pilates. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, really tight through that core, and exhale. One more time. Inhale, press up. See if you can hold those heels together. And release down. All the way down. Good. Open up those arms. Step these feet wide. And we're just going to do a few big plies. My basement's a little chilly, so I'm just trying to warm up a little bit more before we go down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. So again, you're thinking about shoulders down, that neck is long, that belly button is driving to the backbone, hips and ribs are locked and loaded, and you're smiling because you are alive and well today. Here we go, girls. Hold it up there. Hold that imaginary ball. Good, reach those inner arms towards the ears, pull that tummy in. Inhale and exhale. Oh, hi, girls. I see some hearts. Hello, hello. Inhale and exhale. Feeling some love here, yeah? Lift straight up. Good. Open it up and down. Good. So I want you to walk to the edge of your mat. I have my mat facing sideways. You can have it whichever way. If you don't have a mat, the floor is fine. Standing up nice and tall, you're going to begin that roll down. And then from there, we're going to walk it out, okay? So from here, I don't have my hair tie. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, walk it out. Find that long, strong plank here. So long, strong plank. Belly button is pulled in. I'm going to move back just a teensy bit. There we go. think, see me? Yep. So inhaling and exhaling. If this is too intense and you find yourself sloping down, or maybe you're rounded up too much, find those knees and then find that nice long line from your knees to your hips, to your ribs, to your shoulders, to your neck, through the ears, through the top of your head. So notice it's not much difference between here on my knees or here on my feet. Good. Now start to bend into those knees. Walk your hands back. Good. Stack those hips over the legs. Now round up. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, back down. And exhale. Walk it out. Inhale. And exhale. Find that nice long plank. And exhale. One more time. In. And exhale. Good. Walk it back. So the next time we come out, we're going to be bending and straightening those arms on those inhales and exhales. Good. Take it back down. Inhale. And exhale. Walk it out. Find that nice long plank. So elbows are going to turn out to the outside as we go into push-ups. Inhale, bend down. I want you to touch to the floor. Ready? Inhale, down. Touch down. Exhale, press up. Inhale, down. Exhale, press up. Inhale, touch down. Exhale, press up. Inhale, touch down. Exhale, press up. Bend into these knees, walk it back. Roll it up. Good. Inhale and exhale. Awesome job. Inhale down. And exhale. Inhale, walk out. We're going to do one more set of those push-ups. So make sure that you understand you are supposed to touch down, okay? Inhale all the way down. Use that exhale, push away. Inhale down. Exhale, push away. Do your best. Inhale down. Exhale, push away. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, push away. Child's pose. Big old stretch. Holding that stretch. I'm just going to meander up here and see who's joining us. Hey, Julie and Colleen and Teresa and Adrian and Angie and Jen and Abby and Sarah. All right, so we are all in child's pose. I'm glad you guys are here. Okay. So, big old stretch. We're going to give those wrists a break. We're going to come down to the elbows. So again, you want to be able to have a nice long back. I don't want it rounded, okay? So if I'm here in my long plank on my toes and I'm a little too rounded, I'm going to work less of my core, okay? I'd prefer that you come down to your knees, allow that to open up. So if you have a necklace on, or if you don't, imagine it dangling. So you don't want to hide it by rounding through that chest and back. You want to hold. Also, place these hands down. And wherever you are, squeeze those legs together. Inhaling and exhaling, keeping that fluid breath. Good child's pose. Woo! Good. So in Pilates, at least the way I teach it, I really like to slow things down. Really take momentum out of the picture and really just go back to some basic movements that you really can focus on lengthening and strengthening. Ready? Here we go. Back out to those elbows. Now I'm going to give you an option. So go ahead, find your plank. So from here, even if you're on your knees, you're going to extend through the back toe and lengthen the leg and exhale. Extend, lengthen, and exhale. So I'm not thinking in my head to lift. I'm thinking I want to point my toe, lengthen the leg behind me, and then bring it down. As I do that, I inhale and I exhale. Same thing is done on the knees. Inhale and exhale. I want to do my best not to waver from side to side. Anytime that it gets too intense, take a break. One more time, doing good. It's gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. Take a break. Oh, this is a good song to sing in the car really loud. Take these hands. I love doing this. Grab them and then let them just drape down. It feels so good. About you now. Boom, boom, boom. Let's come up to cat stretch. Okay, so cat stretch, you're on all fours. Hands are down. Wrists, elbows, shoulders, knees under hips. Round through that back. Exhale, open. Drop through the hips. Inhale, round. Exhale, drop. And then find neutral spine. So neutral spine is not rounded. It's not arched. It's right in the middle. The belly button is pulled in, and it should feel like you have that imaginary corset on, like someone just pulled these strings of that corset really tight. The belly button is driving through the back. You feel super strong through the chest and shoulders. From here, lengthen through that left leg. Now as you do that, don't let this sink in. Stay lifted, and then reach this out. From here, we're not going to round and arch the back. We're going to keep neutral spine. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Okay, notice that I'm not doing this. I'm not reaching my arms higher than my spine. I take my hands and my feet in line with my spine, and it's like I'm reaching, trying to touch the wall in front of me and the wall behind me, and I do that with my breath. Now we're going to hold it out there. Replace the hand, but keep the leg. Bend into this back knee, point through that toe. Make sure you're not dumping into that supporting hip. Lift up through that hip, lift up through that core, and then little inch presses. 4, 3, 2, hold it up, and bring it down. Now cat stretch, round up. This should feel really good. Maybe shift forward and back here. And then release down, let it arch. Good, and now find neutral spine again. So again, neutral spine, belly button pulled in, you have that imaginary corset on. You're gonna extend through that right leg and left arm. From here, we inhale, and we exhale and lengthen. Hold it out there. Make sure you're not dumping into those shoulders and hips. Replace the hands. Bend that knee. Don't sink in here. Lift. And then little inch presses high. Hold it up. Bring it down. Cat stretch round. Press all the way back to child's pose. And again, if you want to stay here, you can. I like to go ahead and let my elbows drape down. Woo, baby. Good job. Hands come underneath your shoulders, and let's push it up. All right, so we are moving away from that plank series, and we're going on to our core series. Okay, so shake it out. Sit up nice and tall, and let's just go, let's go into rolling like a ball. Okay, so we're here, we're rolling like a ball. My toes are reaching towards each other. My knees are kind of open, and let's just go ahead and hold this. Hey girls, okay? And then just look to your right and to your left and say, hey. Okay, so in here, let's go ahead and do this. And if this is too hard, you can hold on to the inside, but try not to let this happen where you're
letting your shoulders sink up like this, and then you're going to talk like this. Nobody wants that. So instead of that, you want to stay rounded so you can talk like this. So when you're here, let's come up and do it the wrong way now. Lift up nice and tall, open through your back, lengthen, and now come into what we call the C curve. What's your favorite C word of the day? Lift it up. What is it? And lift up. And now come down. So let's come down and hold it here. Now, if you've never rolled like a ball, you want to be able to go back, stay in that posture, and then come up and stay in the C curve. So you don't want to do this. You don't want to roll back and then be like, oh, I caught you, and then come back. Try not to catch it like that. Also, try not to do this. Rolling, I'm rolling, oh, flat tire, because I've made my back long. I can't roll like this, so I have to then be like, oh, this sucks and I can't do it. So instead of doing that, take your cooter bone and make your cooter bone shoot up, pew, 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 to the ceiling. Yes? All right then. So let's go ahead, do a few rolling like a ball. I can't see you, but try to remember all of those things that you shouldn't do and everything that you should do. All right. Use that breath. Good job. And shake out these legs. All right. So from here, reach these arms out, sitting up nice and tall. You're going to go into that roll position. So you're here, just like we did when we were standing, we roll down to the floor. When we're seated, we call this the spine stretch. So we really feel this spine stretching. Again, if you're new to Pilates, you don't just want to reach down and hover like this. You want to have that hollowed out position. From there, let's go ahead and stack up the vertebrae one at a time. Again, reach out into spine stretch. And then come on up. One more time, reach out. Now, if you've never done a roll down, I want you to go ahead and just come out of your spine stretch and watch. So the full roll down, and I'm not a pro at it, is where you're trying to keep your legs straight, your tummy tight, and you come down one vertebrae at a time. And then the arms come up. And notice I'm going to stay locked and loaded. So I'm not going to allow the hips and ribs to lift. I stay locked and loaded. And then I begin to round back up using that strong exhale to bring me up. If that's a little bit too hard for you today, grab onto the backs of the legs, lower down one vertebrae at a time. Allow the arms to come over, but don't open up these rib cages or hips. Keep it locked and loaded, round up, and then you might have to use a little momentum, a little oomph to get back up. So wherever you are today, do your best. Here we go. So a few roll downs and roll ups. Use that exhale. Remember to come up through spine stretch. Exhale through that hard part. What's the hard part? That low back. Really hard to articulate that low back. One vertebrae and then the next. Good. Let's finish one more so we're on the floor. Good job. Go into full body stretch. So full body stretch is nice and long. Big old stretches. Let me see what you girls are saying. Let me see. Oh, goody. So Ashley, she's going to do this later. Could you offer more Pilates later in the day? Well, Sherry, this is going to stay up all day long, so you can access it all day long. Okay, so here we go. So we're laying flat on the floor, and we're going to go on to our 100. So the reason it's called a 100 is because you're inhaling for 5 counts, you're exhaling for 5 counts, and you do it 10 times. So do the math, okay? So from here, if you're new to Pilates, keep your feet down. If you want a little bit more, you can raise your legs here or here, but I'll tell you what, if your belly starts to bow out and your back arches and it starts to do all weird things, you're not benefiting by going to the next level. It's best to stay at the level where you can maintain the C curve here. So what I mean is if I start here and I'm good, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm pretty confident I'm strong enough, and then I go to lift my legs, and then the hips drop out for me and my rib cage pop, that's a good sign that you're not quite ready, okay? So you want to stay at the level where you can stay with good form and really work there. So, whoops, we don't need the timer. So we're going to inhale, arms over the head, and exhale, and I'm going to keep my feet down for the beginners, and inhale, and exhale, in, X, in, and X. Make sure you're not crunching. Stay C curve. Exhale. Inhale. X. In. X. In. X. In. X. We're almost there. Make sure you can smile. You should have a happy face. In. And X. In. And exhale. And good job. Bring it down. So really important as we do our exercises that you don't strain other parts of the body that don't need to be strained. So like when you're doing something, you should be like with your face. You want to be able to quiet those other parts of the body. Okay, moving on. So let's come in with one knee bent, okay, and hold this. And you can place your hand on the inside and outside of that leg. Extend through this top leg. So the higher the leg, a little bit easier it is. If you go to bring this leg down lower, again, this could pop out and we don't want that. So make sure you're going to a level that works for you. So from here, let's just start to push and pull, keeping the head down. Also, girls, if you're new to Pilates, sorry, keep going. My husband called me. I thought I put do not disturb on. I guess not. Breathe, and breathe, and breathe, and take a break. Okay. All right, so do a quick stretch. I need to yell up to my kids about my husband not calling me. I'll be right back. Mackenzie! Kenzie! Marley! Tell Mackenzie to tell Daddy not to call me. I'm doing my video. Okay, I'm back. All right, so that was the single bent leg. So now what we're going to do is we're going to keep the single bent leg and we're going to do a little obliques. So thumbs on the temples, fingers wrap back, fingers behind the head. Okay, so it creates like a nice little cradle. You can also kind of give yourself a little head massage here. It feels really nice. So the reason we do this posture with the hands is because it makes it harder to do this. We don't want to have this thing going on where we take our elbows and take over there. We want the elbows out to the side. From here, let's lift into C curve, hold it up. Okay, so think shoulder is going to reach out to that knee. Reach, reach, use your breath. And push. If you want, a little faster, here we go. Inhale, inhale, X, X. Keep your spine centered. You shouldn't be wiggling all over your mat. Bring it down. Whew. Okay, so moving on. Double bend net leg. So bring those knees in. We're going to reach these arms around and hold. So what are you in again? You're in C curve. We're going to stay in C curve as both arms and legs open and close. So I don't want you coming out of C curve right now. And exhale. Inhale. And remember, you should be able to smile and kind of blink your eyes. Yes. Yes. And exhale. Good. Now let's see how it changes things up if you allow the rib cage to open and then close. Just make sure we're opening the rib cage, but we're not letting the hips pop down. Exhale. Last time. And exhale, good. Bring those knees into your chest and down. Let these legs fall side to side. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. All right, so moving on. We're gonna extend one leg up. Ping. All right, so if your leg does not like to straighten out, what you need to do is still try to grab up higher on that leg, okay? We want to avoid this because at some point in your life, we want to get this leg to straighten out, right? So let's just go ahead and hold this leg up there and point and flex, point and flex, and point and flex, and point. So you're not holding on yet. We're just pointing and flexing. Good. Now, let's keep that toe pointed. Walk up the leg and hold. Pull this leg in for that stretch. I'm holding C curve and I'm just pulling and holding. Inhaling and exhaling, feeling this stretch. Again, if my knee is bent, I want to go higher and not pull here and bring it down. So let's go ahead and put the other leg up and just point and flex. Good. Really trying to push through the ball of the feet to point and then come on back. Follow the foot, point and back. Good. Really flexing and pointing. Good. I love you. I hear babies cry. And hold it up. Walk up that leg, toe is pointed. Again, trying to pull it forward as you stretch. So this is the beginning of our single leg stretches. So we have one leg up. This other leg is going to come out on an angle. So keep it pretty narrow with that single leg stretch. So I'm here. And then you can slowly let those legs get deeper as the other one goes down. However, again, if I let my leg go down and I lose my nice C curve, then I'm not quite ready for that angle. Breathe. And take a break. Good job. Okay. So the next double straight leg. Usually at the gym we have little balls, and I forgot to have you get a ball. So we'll pretend that we have an imaginary ball in between our knee pits. Okay, so put that imaginary ball in there. And that means you can't do this, right? You can't hinge at your knees because the ball is there. So no more hinging at the knees, freeze. So the hinge comes from your hips. We're trying to get to the lower abdominals. So I want you to inhale, let those toes reach for the floor. You're hinging at the hips. They don't have to touch. And then you exhale, drive the belly button in, and then the legs come in. Okay? So it's an inhale. Drive the tummy in, exhale, and then the legs get brought back in. So we're trying to take away the legs from doing this movement, and we're putting it into that poochie, muscles below the belly button. Exhale. And when you really slow it down and you really control it, you can actually get to those muscles that are really hard to get to. And it's quite exciting. Inhale. And exhale. And notice the upper body is nice and quiet. Not tensing in my hands and my shoulders and my eyeballs. So this is the modification. One more time. Exhale. Okay. So the full version would be to take those legs up. And again, girls, I can't see you, so I can't correct you. It's not this movement. We're not looking for this giant movement where you're like, yeah, look at me. Okay, because most of where I'm feeling that is going to be up higher. Again, we're trying to feel it below the belly button. All right? So legs are up. My movement is going to be so small, you may not even notice it very much from your screen, but I can feel it. It's an inhale as I go out. I drive the tummy in, I exhale, and I bring my legs back in.
ahead and take a break. Good job. All right, shake those legs out side to side. All right, so now that we isolated that, we're gonna keep that isolation. We're gonna try to keep it into our lower abdominals as much as possible, but we are now gonna allow the legs to go deeper. So you'll feel it up the entire abdominals. But again, we're not using momentum. We're doing it really slow. Okay, so that's the challenge here. Relax through those shoulders. Inhale, only go a teensy bit farther than you had been, and exhale in. I want you to really check in with that body. Notice what part of your abdominals are really initiating the movement. We still want to initiate the movement below the belly button. Okay, as you get lower, these guys are going to really help them a lot. I want you to see how slowly you can move out. And how slowly you can bring it in. One more, inhale. And take a break. Woo, good job. Awesome. So we're gonna come off of our backs and we're gonna do some sideline series. Hello there. Hello there, ladies. All right, so here we go. One of sides. So what I don't want you to do, if possible, is not to be like here and like whatever, I'm on the beach, I'm just hanging out. We want to engage the core. So if we're down here, we're not able to engage the core. So we want to be up here on the elbow, and we want to take this top leg and make it feel longer than the bottom. If you want to, you can extend or bend the bottom leg for a little bit more support. From there, we're gonna just open and close that hip flexor or the hip joint. So for some of you, you may not even have known that your hip can do this. So look at it and be like, wow, I didn't even know I could do that. So your hip opens and closes, okay? So that's your turn out, your external rotation, and then in. So we're gonna do our best to keep it externally rotated, okay? So the knee is trying to point out on an angle. As we lift up, point that toe, exhale, flex down. So inhale and exhale. Good. I want you to think of having an imaginary tray of your favorite food or drink. So that means as this leg comes up, you can't be wobbling back and forth. Also, this shoulder needs to stay far away from that ear. So let's go. Inhale, X, in, X, in, X. Now add a knee bend to come in. So we go. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Engage that core, lift through that rib cage. Now you're gonna reverse it. So point that toe, lift up, in, down, up, in, press wide. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Ooh, snap, crackle, pop in my hips. Good, now hover that leg, hover that leg. We're gonna give your shoulder a little break if it's like, ow, mommy. We're gonna come down and we're gonna rest. This leg is still hanging. The bottom leg, again, you wanna have the hip stacked, and the bottom leg comes up to meet it. So the bottom leg is like, hey baby, how you doing? Hey baby, how you doing? So you're lifting up and up, tummy tight. Good, now squeeze the legs together and lift and lower, and lift and lower. You feel this in the top of that, some ladies like to call it the muffin topper, right there. Just right. A little pulses up. Hold it. And down, good. So let's come back to that elbow. We're not done on this side, because we're doing pendulum. So this, you can bend through this bottom leg. It helps with support or base. Take this leg and just start to go from corner to corner of your mat. Okay, so this movement, it's not quite as hard to let this not happen. So if you kind of let your body pendulum up here, forward and back, go ahead and do it. Okay, so now you're not gonna do that. That's naughty. Don't do that again. Don't pendulum the upper body. It's the leg that's gonna move. And then you can add an arm
if you want, but again, I'm not leaning to and from with my upper body. And I'm touching the back wall, so I can't go in back any further. Guess I can move up. Ooh! Now let's go ahead and bend through and bend back. Ooh, there we go, bend through. Remember, all you can do is your best. Try not to lean forward and back. Hold it back there. Hold, tummy tight. So place this hand down, fingertips out, tenting those fingertips, and then lift. So you're reaching a pocket of your butt that you didn't know existed. I know, it's so crazy. Hold it up. Take it center and down. Good job. So you're going to take your legs and you're going to swivel them, woohoo, to the other side. All right, here we go. So we're on the other side. Hip stacked. Take this hip, lengthen it longer, and then open and close through those hips. And again, you don't want to slink down here, like what's happening? Up. Where'd all the good people go? Good. Now hold it open. Really lift through that core. Up, flex down. Up, flex down. Inhale, exhale. In, X. In, X. In, X. Really lengthen through those feet. Lengthen. Good. Now knee bend. Here we go. Inhale, inhale, X. Two more. And reverse, here we go. Up, in, down, stay lifted. Woo! And hold it here. Good, now lower down. Let your head take a break. All the way down. Yay! Okay, from here, lift the bottom leg. Lift, lift. Come on, nice breath. Breath. Good, now squeeze both legs together. Up, 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 up. Woo! Hold it up. Bring it down. Good. Pop back up on those elbows. So remember, we're going into pendulum. You girls still with me? Take this leg out in front, and you're going to sweep forward. Woo, and back. So start little. Remember, start little, little, little. Whose butt is sore? My butt is sore from the last 2 days of workouts. Woo! Reach out. I think that pots and pans workout really got me. Inhale and exhale. Good job. Oh, yeah. Good. Add that knee bend. Push and push. Good. Hold it back with that leg back. Reach these fingertips down. Stay lifted through that chest and lift, lift, lift. It's the bottom of the pocket, the booty pocket that you didn't know existed. Woo! And take it center. Good job. All right, let's come to our backs. Hug onto those knees. We're going to do a little bit of bridges. And then I think we'll stretch it out. Maybe we'll do some leg circles. I'm deciding right now. I'm having a conversation, a meeting with my brain. Okay, so from here, feet flat. And first we'll do a bridge lift where you lift your whole spine at the same time. But before we do that, take your fingertips, reach down and reach for your toes. Not your toes, your heels. Okay, so that you're not pressing your shoulders up, but you're reaching them down. From there, push into the feet and lift the hips up. And you have a nice long spine. And then press down.
Whole backbone goes up together. Do it again. And the whole backbone comes down together. So now what we're gonna do is you're gonna move one vertebrae at a time, ideally. So we wanna get the tailbone to come out first from the floor. So you're gonna take that tailbone, and in order to get the tailbone up, you have to tuck this under, so the tailbone is gonna start to peel off. Each vertebrae comes up one at a time. And then you're gonna lower down each vertebrae, lowering down. Good. So let's do our breath with that. So it's an inhale and an exhale. Inhale. Really articulate. Exhale through that low back. Again, inhale. And exhale. I know. We're going to hold it up here. So for those of you that are feeling like this is good enough, you're just going to hold and maintain this. For those of you that want a little bit more, extend this leg up, and then we're going to move it. Flex, point. Notice my hips don't move with this. Hold it up. Everybody come center. And peel back into that floor. Back up, tailbone first. Good, again, you can stay here and breathe. You can lift that other leg. And then if you want, you can swing it. Remember, quiet through the rest of the body, yes? Good, hold it up there. Everybody bends that knee. Bring it down one vertebrae at a time. Oh yeah, baby. Good, bring those knees in. Hug underneath those knee pits. Good, reach that tailbone to the floor. A little side to side. I wanna know. All right, we'll do some leg circles real quick, because we can. What's the hurry? All right, feet down. So you're gonna extend one leg up, and I want you to think about the size of a soccer ball on the ceiling, and you're gonna start to move. Now, some of you may want to keep this knee bent. Some of you may be able to put it down. Okay, if you put this leg down and it causes the hips and ribs to pop, then keep it bent, okay? So again, draw that circle one direction. It doesn't matter which direction right now. And now reverse it. Good, and reverse it again. So now you can keep it the size of a soccer ball, or maybe challenge yourself and go the size of one of those big beach balls, the big ones. So as you challenge yourself, the hips have to stay shining to the ceiling. So that means as I let this leg come over, I can't let this hip pop up like this. I need to be able to maintain both of my hips shining to the ceiling. So you can take your hands right over the hips and make sure that's happening. And then reverse your bigger movement. Inhaling and exhaling. Those big breaths really help with the stabilization here. And take a break. All right, I'm gonna turn to the other side because I can't get my legs to do a circle there. So the other leg is up. Start with that soccer ball size. How we doing? Goody, goody. And then reverse. Good, really feel all those muscles working in those obliques, rectus abdominis, lower abdominals. It's quite exciting. Good, now go the other way. Again, challenge yourself to go a little bit bigger. So only go as big as you can maintain these hips shining to the ceiling. Good, keep that breath.
other way. Awesome job. Good. Bring both knees into the chest. Give them a hug. Way to go today. Good. Let's grab underneath those legs. Roll it on up. Sit it up nice and tall. Whew. Let's bring those soles of the feet together. Long through that spine. And then reach out. Keep that spine long here. And then wherever you are, you feel that, and you feel like you can't go any longer with that spine, you're at your limit, then go ahead and collapse down. And then maybe reach your fingertips a little bit farther. Good, and then bring it back up. Take these legs forward. Good. On those two booty bones, making sure you're nice and tall. Reach up, round into that spine stretch. And then go ahead and press that heart forward, making that spine long. Coming into that hamstring stretch. Good, and then start to tuck that tailbone under. Come back to the spine stretch, all the way up. Good job. Let's crisscross applesauce those feet and legs. Sitting up nice and tall. And let's twist to one side, looking all the way behind us. Shoulders down. And the other side. And center. Good. And let's just go ahead and roll that neck and head out. Good. Inhaling and exhaling. And let's bring our heads all the way up. Great big inhale. I want you to reach up. Grab that positive energy. It's out there. Find it and bring it into your own heart. Good. So keeping that positive energy there. I want you to close your eyes just for a moment here, and I want you to think about all of the blessings that you have in your life right now. Just start to list them. And then holding on to that positive energy, holding on to those blessings that you have in your life. Take a great big inhale. And let it flow all the way through that body. Feel that goodness. And then take some of that goodness, raise it up to the sky, and then throw it like glitter all around. Through that social media, through your windows, onto people walking by your house. We all need to share the love and the kindness and all the good stuff that is going on, because there's a lots of negativity going on out there if you let it come into your world. So don't let it come into your world, girls. I'm glad you joined me for Pilates. It wasn't quite as exciting and crazy and jumpy, and I wasn't quite as loud as I usually am, but this is what we also do at Sweat Like a Girl. We make sure that we balance our crazy cardio classes out with mat Pilates, with yoga flows. So I'm really missing my rolling, so I'm going to get my roller out today and do that. However, before you go, we do our daily affirmation. So let me move the ones that we've already done this week. Wow, we've done a lot. Goodness gracious. And let's see what our daily affirmation is for today. Hip, hip, hooray. All right, so we have, boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, boop, boop, boop. What is it?
Strength. Good one. So there's no fun picture, but this is strength. You are hereby declared a strong, resilient warrior of heroic proportions. Enjoy your battles, whatever they are, because you're guaranteed to come through them stronger. And that we will, girls. We are coming through this stronger, brighter, and more compassionate. So true. And based on what I know of mythology, probably with great hair and a six-pack. Oh, yeah. All right. So that is ours for today, strength. So have the strength. And then also, I wanted to share with you, if you're looking for something to read, really, really awesome book. It's Tuesdays with Maury. Came out probably, gosh, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago. If you don't have a chance to read the book, there's an awesome podcast called Tuesday People. And it's with Mitch Abram, who is the author of this, and I highly recommend it. It comes out every Tuesday, and it's just really good things to put between your ears, and you got to be careful of what you're allowing into your headspace right now. And if you're looking for something really good, start to listen to Tuesdays with Maury. They've been doing it, I think, since October, so you can go back and listen to the first podcast all the way through yesterday. And they're keeping it current, so they're talking about how to deal with what we're all going through with as well, if you want to catch yesterday's. So, girls, I miss you so much. I know this is getting old for all of us. We have to keep the faith. We have to keep the hope that we're going to be back in our little garage space in Nazareth, Pennsylvania really soon. But in the meantime, I hope that you're enjoying these. Please let me know if you have a shout out for any other workouts. And also I have the amazing Wow Girl workouts on the website. So girls, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy all of those blessings that you just thought about and smile because it's another day to be awesome. Love you, girls. Bye.